Welcome. Episode 297, In Search of Awesome, Jessica Schuster. Why did I invite Jessica? Well, all you need to do is look at the title. She's blowing the charts, gang. Went from level 1 to level 4 inside of a little bit over 365 days. She's from Poppy Salon, Durham, North Carolina. Shannon Atkinson, she's on right now, giving Jessica a lot of love. And of course, Summit Coach Mike Carter. I think it was Mike that kind of blew in my ear and said, "You have got to have Jessica Schuster on." And I said, "Mike, your wish is my command." And so here we are. Let me tell you what she's got cooking. Look at 2021 was in or around her first year, so she goes from 50 to 80 in her from her first to second year. That increase working 32 hours a week. So you can imagine why I want to have her on and have the conversation with us. Look at the stats. Level 4 already. 20 years old, $83 average ticket, average day 645. Haircut price 54, rebooking at 82%, referrals are off the charts, and RTS is just inside of 30%. Need I say more? I'm going to get her chatting about her story, but in a nutshell, graduates from high school in 19, graduates from hair school in the same year that she graduates from high school. And she'll tell you why. I think she was probably destined to do this very early at an early age. And 2020, she starts at Poppy Salon, and the rest is history. If you're not following her, I've got her page dialed up so that I might want to ask her some questions about some cool stuff that she's got going on her page. Her handle is Styles by Jess, and follow her work. I just absolutely love what she's doing. So she is in my green room now. I'm going to go get her while I'm talking to you. I'm going to bring her up, get her talking about her story a little bit, and then I'm going to ask her to see if I can get her to share some of the secret sauce as to why she's blowing it up. Give her a big round of applause. Make her feel welcome, will ya? Hi, Jessica.
Hey, guys.
How are you?
I'm good.
This is the first interview that I've done, I think, where we're in the front room of the salon. You've
Yes.
got this beautiful retail
Yes. We have the salon all to ourselves because it's a Monday.
I know it's nice and quiet. So what a great, and it looks like it's a beautiful day out where you live.
Sunny, 70 outside. Feels amazing. I'm so tired of rain. I'm glad the sun finally came out.
Oh, yeah. I don't even want to tell you the temperature here in Minneapolis. It's a little bit cooler than what you're doing. But listen, we always like to start the interview with the story of our guest, because I don't know, there's something about hearing the story. A lot of people that watch find part of themselves in your story. So let's start with that. Who are you, and how did you get from, like high school to Poppy in a real short period of time?
Right. So I graduated high school from a little bitty small town. And then decided kind of last minute that I was going to hair school. It's not something that I always wanted to do. Originally, I wanted to go to veterinary school, which is the complete opposite of what I'm doing. But something last minute changed. I realized that I always said my friend's prom hair. I always braided hair on the softball team. I was like, if I could do hair like I'm doing now and actually make money off of it, that's what I want to do. Like, why would I do anything different?
When did you start playing with hair? How old were you when you started doing your friend's hair?
So my mom has a picture of me when I was a little bitty and I had curlers in my hair. I'm so small, I don't even remember, maybe 5 or 6. And I guess so I've always had my hair done. I've always like doing hair at sleepovers for as long as I can remember.
And what was it? It was like you said that at first you thought you might want to go to some other school, but decided, no, I'm going to do hair. What you told me what it was, but I didn't catch it.
Veterinarian school.
Oh, a veterinarian school. Yeah. So that's a big difference between being a veterinarian and being a hair Jedi. Now
Yeah.
you and I were chatting too, didn't when you were a kid, didn't like was it something about did your mom used to do your hair and you went, "Nah, I'm going to I'm going to do my own hair."
Yeah. Yes, you get tired of the tangles and the pulling, and I had this long curly blonde hair that nothing she would do would tame it. So
So she would go away and you'd redo it.
yes, always trying to find a brush and brush out whatever she had in.
Well, now right after you did you graduate from hair school the same year that you graduated from high school?
No, actually, I graduated hair school in 2020.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
19, you graduate from high school in 2020, hair school, and then you go right from hair school into poppy?
Yes, I actually started as sort of a assistant before I graduated hair school because you can't do color before you graduate. So I was kind of sweeping, blow drying, all that stuff. And then the day after I graduated, got my temporary license, started doing color with Shannon and Ashley, one of our managers and educators. And ever since then, I have been there and thriving. So,
Wow. So when you started, did you start off as Shannon's associate?
yes, I did. I started out as Shannon's associate. Every minute she was there, I was there. And on even on Saturdays, I was Ashley Romnowski is a stylist there too. I was her associate throughout my associate program too.
So how long did it take you before you were from the time you started when you were an associate and you're done? Like, did you do that in like 9 months or six? Like, how many months did it take you?
About 6.
And then so
Yeah.
now then you put you're on the floor, and did you start as new talent or did you go right into level one?
Right into level 1.
Now you blew from level one to level four like you just like smoked it. What in the
Yeah.
world? Because I've interviewed a few hundred hairdressers now, and there's always something that they see, they hear, they have this OMG, this big aha, where they see something and it gets them real stoked that they didn't see before. Did you have one of those experiences?
Yes. So I love to make money, as all of us do.
Yes.
And one of my first one-on-ones, Mike Carter was there, and he told me I could make 50 grand my first year doing hair, and I was like, "You're crazy! Like hairdressers where I live make maybe 30 grand a year." I was like, "You're ridiculous." And so, I mean, of course, I tried to strive and do that. I actually exceeded that goal, and now I'm just trying to maximize my income for sure.
Yeah, so like what did he show you, that summit income potential chart or something where he's showing you,
Yeah.
and even though you can see the numbers, it's like, wait, what?
Yeah.
Right?
It's like, that's stretching it. But
Yeah.
now that I've actually done it,
Yeah.
it's a breeze. It's not.
So he shows you that, and in the same year that he shows you that, you go to 50 plus something, right?
Yes.
And now you're trending to go to 80 grand this year.
Yes. I'm going to strive for 80 for sure. A little over.
Oh my God. So right now you're trending to, yeah, and I think you and I were chatting and I said, listen, I've interviewed a few hundred people in my day. It wouldn't surprise me that if you don't have $100,000 year, you'll be trending that. I think you have to do like, 8,500 to 9 grand a month averaging on your, your paycheck to hit that. But it wouldn't surprise me. I mean, first of all, if you had $100,000 a year, I'm going to call up Guinness Book of World Records because you're setting the world on fire. But you'll be trending it. So are you still at home with your family of origin, or are you did you kind of get out of your fam and you're starting to get a home or an apartment or whatever?
No, I'm still home right now, but getting out on my own is definitely in the near future.
Yeah. And I would imagine you're probably helping with do people in your family know how much you're earning now?
Yeah.
Like, what do they
Yeah.
make of that? What do they make of that? Like, it's just like, wow, because this had to be a surprise for them.
Yeah, my dad thinks that it's absolutely insane that I made that much of my first year doing hair.
Yeah, he probably blew the sides off of his brain box, huh?
Yes. Yes, I did.
Wow. So now you're, other than going for 80 this year, you got anything cooking this year that you're thinking you want to do for an encore?
Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely always wanting to climb the level system. That's always in my brain. Um, I want to start maybe looking into what it takes to become an educator, things like that, growing within the salon company, kind of get my dream clientele built up. That's all going to be my different focuses for this year.
Wow. So I want to pivot from your story, which is amazing, to I am really curious, as I'm sure our community is, like, were there any specific things you were doing on a daily basis, whether it was on social, your planner, how you were working with your guests in real time, that because not a lot of people go from 1 to 4 in the short window of time that it took you. So I'm sure people are dying to know, like, how in the world did she do that?
Yeah, every morning, wake up, put my makeup on, do my hair, look the best because nobody wants to come to a hair salon with somebody looking like a bum touching their hair. You just don't.
Yeah.
And then get to work. I'd fill out my book, see any possibilities for add-on, any see when the last time my clients bought their shampoo. So when they came in, I could ask them about it. Say, hey, do you want to switch it up today? How are you doing on your products? What are you using at home? Are you loving it? If you're not, why not? Or if you are, why are you loving it?
So you're if I'm listening right, and this is not front page news, I hear it time after time after time. Planning is really as much a part of your chairside manner is going out and greeting and engaging your guest in a consultation. That how big of a
Yeah.
factor in your mind would planning be if somebody wanted to get to where you're at in the time that you got there?
Yeah, you can't just show up for your day not knowing who you're seeing today, having no idea what you might could add on because you'll never get to your full potential if you don't plan ahead. You have to know what kind of treatments you can add on, where you can squeeze in a highlight or a Brazilian blowout, an extra haircut, a toner. If you look ahead at your day, so you have an extra 15 minutes or an extra 30 minutes while she's processing, just go ahead and ask them if they want to squeeze it in today.
So it sounds like on the spot add ons are a very big part of your secret sauce, but you're looking at your day before you begin it to first of all get clear in your mind what would be the possible add-ons that I'm going to engage my each guest in so that you're not like flying by the seat of your pants. There's some you have some targets that you're shooting for.
Yes, you always have to have a big end goal. You have to strive, you have to set yourself goals, set yourself realistic goals you can meet, but also set yourself goals that are like, I don't know if I can do that, but I'm definitely going to try.
Yeah, I've listened to stylists tell me that they'll start their day and they'll have a goal in mind, whatever that goal is, and then they look at what they have on the books so far to see how far away they are from their goal, and then they look at each guest that they have scheduled and what they have between each guest, and they start putting their game plan together so that by the end of the day, there's a much higher chance that they're either going to meet their goal or crush their goal.
Yes. Yeah, you always have to look at what guests you have, what can you do while they're processing? Because you never just want to be sitting around waiting for them to process. You always want to be hands-on with someone.
How many days a week do you work behind the chair?
4.
So let's say you show up, you got 4 days, and you know what your end goal is for the day, right? And you look at the beginning of the day and you go, okay, here's what I have so far. How many days out of 4 would you end up hitting your goal or going over your goal versus missing your goal? Are you 4 for 4? Are you 3 for 4? Are you 2 for 4? Because people ask me that all the time.
Yeah, I hit my goals definitely more days than not because for one, I work nights when people um are off of work. I work weekends. I only work one pretty long shift, but I'm setting myself up so that I'm working when most of my clients aren't working. So I can definitely fit them in. I won't have empty spots or hard spots to fill.
And you just have this rhythm now, so that if you don't have a window of time filled, but you have a guest on the front end of that window, you'll come up with some sort of plan to engage them in a conversation, and most
Yeah.
or all of that empty window will fill because you've kind of thought it through ahead of time.
Yeah, if they're down for a haircut, I'm gonna ask, hey, do you want to pop a couple highlights in the front or add a toner, any sort of treatment? Brazilian blowout is a really big service. So anything that I can possibly do to kind of prolong their appointment, keep them in the salon, and just make their overall experience better, I definitely try to do it.
Wow. How many people work in, how many other hairdressers work at Poppy?
Um, there's quite a few of us now. There's 2 locations, so there's quite a bit of action going on.
But
I'd say
you're
there's probably 3 or 4 of us working at a time.
right, right. But as people that your peers that have, especially those that have been there longer than you, are kind of
Yeah.
seeing you kind of hit the floor and going through the system at the pace that you're going through, which is way, way, way faster than average. I'm curious, what do they make as they kind of watch your rhythm and your movement? What do they have to say about that?
Everybody here is always so supportive and so proud. I'm very appreciative of all the educators, even the newer associates that we have that just got on the floor as a level 1. They tell me that they're proud of me, and I've only known them for maybe 3 or 4 months. It's not, they don't act jealous or they don't kind of look down on me. They ask what I'm doing. They ask how they can do it. And I always tell them, just come to work, show up on time, plan
Yep.
your days, and you got it.
Yeah, it almost sounds like it sounds very, 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 very simple. And it is. It's simple to understand, but it's not easy to do, not because it's difficult, but because you have to kind of break out of, well, I call it hobby hairdressing. It's like you gotta stay
Yeah.
focused. You have to be kind of awake and on your game. And if you slack a little bit, you end up slacking a lot, and before you know it, you're just not taking advantage of all the opportunities that you're taking advantage of. So it's almost, people think it's a mystery how you can do that. It's not, but you got to stay focused, or at least that's what I hear when I talk to people like you.
Yeah, you have to stay focused. You have to keep all of your end goals in mind, or else you're not going to have anything to strive for. You have to have a number goal. You have to have, a goal of making somebody happy or something that you love doing. You always have to have goals to strive for.
Yeah, yeah. Now, does Mike Carter know that you and I are chatting? Did you tell him that you're going to be on my show?
I think Shannon may have. I haven't personally talked to Mike. No.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what his take is when he watches this, because he's the guy that really reached out to me and really said, you got to meet Jessica. She's doing some amazing stuff. So, do you got anything cooking on your? I'm looking at your Instagram page, and I see how you're kind of branding yourself and the kind of hair you're doing. How many of your clients follow you on your Instagram page?
A lot of my clients like to follow me on Instagram. They'll say, hey, I saw this picture that you posted and I really love it. Can we do something like that? Or I saw you on Poppy's Instagram and I love the hair. Can we do something like that? Or even they'll come in with different pictures from the Poppy Salon Instagram or pictures that they saw on Instagram. And I'll say, hey, I saw something, similar on my Instagram. Can I show it to you? And then that way they see my Instagram page. They'll pull up my Instagram page on their phone and kind of follow me. They'll share it with their friends. So Instagram is really effective.
So when this happens, does this happen like in real time when they're in front of you, or is that going on before they even come in, where they're DMing you, or there's something going on before they actually show up, where you're kind of building momentum with them before they
Yeah.
like, talk a little bit about that, because there's a lot of hairdressers that don't, first of all, they don't have a lot of their clients following them. And it sounds like most of your clients are following you, and so you have access to not only your clients but their followers as well.
Yeah, so when I post a picture, I'll tag them, and then all of their friends will see it. So that brings their friends closer to me. When a new client will send me a message, I'll kind of get them to send me pictures of what they want, and we'll talk about it. I'll kind of tell them, the retail prior to when they come in. I'll say, hey, your retail will be this much, and your service will be this much. Or I'll tell them that they'll need this treatment in advance. So that way, when they already have it in their brain before they come in the salon that, okay, I'm going to need this to maintain my color, or I'm going to need this to maintain my Brazilian, or I'm going to need this just for the health of my hair. And it really gets them thinking, like, okay, maybe she's trying to prescribe me this to better myself.
And all of this is happening primarily on the Instagram direct message feature.
Yes.
Now, if you remember to do this, if I promise you, if you do this, I'll do it. I would love, as I'm sure people on my community would love, to see two or three screen grabs of either something that a message they sent you, and or a message you sent back to them, because
Yeah.
there's just a lot of people. I mean, there's more and more people like you that are doing it now, but there's still a lot of people, they don't use social media, and I have a feeling that when they see how safe and simple it is, they won't be so intimidated by it.
Yeah. And it really, I feel like it got big during COVID, and I started doing hair. I graduated hair school in the midst of COVID. So as Instagram blew up and kind of messaging people rather than coming in for an in-person consultation, when Instagram got bigger, I was kind of, just getting into it, just starting my hair Instagram. And now that my Instagram has grown, it's definitely become more effective because you're not wasting their time by them coming into the salon, and you can just have services on your books rather than a bunch of consultations.
Yeah, yeah. I could talk to you all day long about that, because it sounds and looks so simple, and how could it make that much of a difference? But when you have a page with most of your clients on, like you said, when you send them a picture that you took of them and tag them, and they repost, all of a sudden, it's, a number of their friends are going to see it, get curious, and then that's where the conversation starts. And before you know it, their friends are DMing you, asking you questions, and it goes on and on and on and on and on. So would you say, on a scale of 1 to 10, okay, 10 being really, 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 it's a factor, how much of a factor would you say Instagram and the way you're using it would be as to why you were able to fly through the level system at the speed that you're going through?
Yeah, definitely a 7, because the salon as a whole, we get a ton of clients from Instagram.
Yeah, and it's as much from the salon's page as it is from your page.
The salon's page is a lot bigger than my page.
Yep.
So, but I send my work into the salon page, and we have a social media team, and we'll send pictures in our group chat. Everybody from the salon will send all the hair they do, and I send a lot of the hair I do in the chat. So a lot of it gets posted.
So you're saying rarely, if ever, will you take a picture of one of your guests without tagging the salon, right? Where
Right.
it gets
Yeah.
uploaded and goes to the salon's tag, and then most of what you send to the salon gets reposted on the salon's page.
Yes.
And
Yes, a ton of it does.
so let's suppose that 10 people reach out to you. So they DM you. Out of the
Mhm.
10, how many of them do you think went to the salon's page? They found out about you by seeing your work on the salon's page? Is it 5 out of 10, 3 out of 10, 10 out of 10, 8 out, like what's that number if you had to
Probably a good
guess?
7 out of 10.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a lot.
So you're saying 7 out of 10 of your referrals, inquiries, the
Yeah.
first touch point is they see the work that you posted but tagged the salon that got reposted on the salon's page.
Yes.
Well, I sure hope my community is listening to that, because I can't tell you, Jessica, the number of hairdressers. The good news is they'll post on their page, but they don't, for whatever reasons, maybe they forget or whatever, they don't tag or send the content into wherever you need to send it in to get it on the salon's page.
Yeah.
And you're going, oh my God, 7 out of 10 of my referrals, the first touch point was the salon's page.
Yeah, I'll tag the salon. I tag any big brand that I used on their hair. Redken, Olaplex, Brazilian Bond Builder. I tag a ton of brands. I tag the salon, the guest a lot of times.
So it
anything
sounds like
that can really take the post up, pick it up, and spread it. I tag them.
Yeah, it sounds like you I call it spray and pray. You'll just tag
Yes.
anything that's moving. But
Mhm.
but what you're saying is 7 to 8 out of 10 contacts that people reach out to you, they reached out to you as a result of seeing your work on the salon's page. To me, that's the interview. I mean, to me, that's the secret. If you don't have that one tied down, none of this is going to work.
Yeah, because people want to see your work before they come to you. So you have to take great pictures. Take pictures of your dream guest. Don't just take pictures of like a men's cut you did, because a men's cut is not a dream client for anybody. So take pictures of the balayage. Take pictures of the fashion color, high ticketed service, and post them.
Wow. Listen, I could talk to you all day, my friend. Two things I'd want to ask you if you would do for me. One, come back for an encore here, because I think you're just getting warmed up. I would absolutely love to have you talk to you about coming to my Instagram community. And I'd like to do like a 1-minute reel on you to kind of tease and warm up my community, and maybe do a 10-15 minute Instagram live, and then have you maybe do I just had on Monday, I call it MC Jedi Monday, where one of the Jedis leave like a 45-second motivational message that encourages my followers to kind of do what they're doing. So would you be interested in having that conversation with me?
Yeah, for sure.
All right. Well, listen, I'm going to let you get back to your world. I really appreciate you coming on. Anything else you want to tell me before I say goodbye to you?
I think we covered a lot of ground.
Yeah, I feel like I just spent like 3 months with you in the last 32 minutes.
Yeah.
All right. Well, good. Say hi to Shannon. I saw her just a couple of minutes before we went on, but thank her for me, and say hi to Mike.
Of course,
and,
yeah.
Well, I'll be talking to you soon.
Yes, thank you.
All right, we're going to give it up for Jessica one more time, you guys. All right, stay well.
You too, Mike.
I loved that conversation, you guys. That was an amazing conversation. She and what my take on the whole thing is that she's really a fan of planning. That was apparent, but I had no idea we were going to geek out on the specificity that happens in her Instagram, but specifically the process where when she takes a picture, of course she's posting it on her page, but always she either tags the salon, and or it sounds like there might be a place that all of the people in Poppy send their pictures, and then most of her pictures get reposted on the salon's page. And she was saying, I think she said 7 out of 10 of her referrals, the very first touch point is because they saw her work on the salon's page. To me, that's a big deal, because if I was chatting with 10 hairdressers that post on their page, maybe 2 or 3 of them would go, yeah, I tagged the salon. The others either forget, or they got a lot of stuff going on, and yet those are the same people that go, I don't think I get that many referrals from Instagram. I don't get referrals like everybody else does. And I would say it sounds like it's because that loose end wasn't tied down. So to me, that was like a very, very big part of the interview. So give it up for Jessica one more time. You're watching this conversation on Michael Cole Millionaire Stylist. It'll live on this page, but it'll also be uploaded to the Summit page as well. We'll edit it and put it there for a rewatch. If you go to my Michael Cole Millionaire Summit L'Oreal page, you'll find that if you hit my link tree, there are some calculators that you can use that actually help you set goals up. I mean, what I loved about Jessica, she said, I know what my day goal is, and I take a look at what's on my day before I begin, and that's my game. That's my game plan, or my plan to win the game. And so there's some calculators that are complements Summit and L'Oreal that will help you to do that. I also invited Jessica back to my Instagram page, because now I'm actually doing lots of Instagram reels on hair Jedis that I interview on Facebook. I do like a 1-minute reel on their story and what they're doing, and then bring them on for about a 10-15 minute conversation on Instagram Live, which is really cool. And then they always leave a 30-second something motivational that I play on, I call it Jedi Monday. So hang out with me over there. I think you'll love what you see. The Summit now has an online website called summitsalon365.com. Got a lot of training courses on there that are really cool and interesting. So check that out. If you're not familiar with Summit, you can schedule a 30-minute complimentary consultation, and somebody will like Zoom with you or get on a 800 call and just tell you what we're about. We have 115 coaches now, and a lot of what they're doing is online, so check them out. We always like to end all of our programs with thanking. Summit is an exclusive business partner of L'Oreal, and L'Oreal's brands are Biolage, Pulp Riot, Kerastase, Pureology, Redken, L'Oreal, of course, Matrix, Hue, and Mazzani. So support their brands. Many of you do. And because to the degree that you support them and that your clients support the brands, L'Oreal is in a position to support us in a way that we can bring content like this to you, compliments of L'Oreal. So it's one of those deals that's for the good of all and the harm of none. We call it the triple win, right? L'Oreal wins, and Summit wins, and you win. So a great conversation. Thanks for hanging out with me today. And I will see you on Thursday. We'll have another guest. And like I said, come over and hang out with me every day on Instagram, and because I'm doing some cool stuff on Reels.